Hello. How's it going, everyone? Appreciate you being here. Hello and welcome to Court of the Rings here on twitch.tv/LotraStream, youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live, and facebook.com/Lotro. Hey, it's been a while. Been a couple of weeks. I was off at PAX East last Friday. Thank you to everybody who showed up at our PAX East informal get-together at Wagamama that Friday eve. We actually had more people than we had available seating, and for that I apologize, but we had rented out a room at Wagamama, and they did a really good job, so I don't want to say anything bad about them. But the group that was renting the room before us went long. So by the time we got there at 8 o'clock, they were still just kind of cooking along in that room. And so the management was like, well, and they put us in, they found a couple of nice big tables for us, but it meant that we didn't have extra seating for, say, like on the sides of the room or anything like that for any overflow. And we couldn't jam up other seats in the aisles because, they had fire codes and they had to get their servers around and all that sort of thing. So we ended up with a situation where we had seating for 20 instead of about 25-ish, and we had more than 25 show up. So, sorry if you were one of the devs that I was just like, how about you not, should you go home? And a few folks who had to just kind of hang out at the bar and say hello that way. So, but overall, it was a good time. And we had lots of Lotro talk, lots of streamer talk. It was really cool to see McVegan Pants, Druid's Fire, The Martini, and a whole bunch of other folks. Evil Twin was there, Positively Evil. And yeah, lots of good stuff there. So I really appreciate everyone being here. It's too bad you couldn't make it, Stine. Someday we'll have to fly you across the pond to say hello. This shirt has no branding. Unless you don't know what kind of shirt I'm wearing. Let's see. Also, I believe you are now live, Druid's Fire, over on Discord. Say hello to the shear.
Hello to the show.
All right. Right, Lyrian. All right, so let's see. You were at PAX East. You did lots of cool stuff at PAX East. I was at PAX East too. I was on the show floor for maybe 3-ish hours, and then I was like, you know what? I need some space. It was crowded. Picked up a few cool tabletop games, and like I say, mostly I just hung out and met a bunch of people. I also met Corey Olson, who was at the meetup as well, so that was cool. We actually have something in the works with the fine Tolkien professor, where he's going to be stopping by the studio to do a deep dive lore talk with Chris and Jeff, and unfortunately, we had to shift the time out because we were hoping to maybe do it next week, but one of those three, will be on vacation, so we had to reschedule. So it looks like maybe more May at this point. But we're going to try to do some kind of deep dive lore talk in Northern Mirkwood, sort of go through the new Update 22 stuff and really talk crunch and lore and do Q&A and that sort of thing. So that should be a whole lot of fun. Today, I'm going to be doing some questing on Landrefall, continue the book stuff. I believe I'm up to Book 8, Chapter 6, and I'll be making a little progress there. Finally, I did want to bring up one page here. Here we go. We have updated the event schedule. So, we have got some stuff happening. This weekend is a 25% XP boost that runs until 3 a.m. Eastern Time on the 16th, so essentially through Sunday. And then, next week, 10 a.m. Eastern on the 19th, our 11th anniversary event kicks off. And that's going to run until May 9th at 3 a.m., so through May 8th. So a shorter event this time around than it was last year, and the main reason for that is last year we had a weekly unlock cycle that we do not have this year. So this year, all your progress from last year is saved. We do have an 11th year tier, And we do have an 11th anniversary gift that we are going to be giving out to anybody who logs in, that is premium or VIP, between April 19th at 10 a.m. and April 1st, 2019 at 3 a.m. So essentially, if you log in during the year celebration for our 11th anniversary, you will be getting a gift. Otherwise, you can see we have like Hobnanigans, Skirmish Marks, a loot box weekend. That's kind of I'm not sure if that's our first time doing that. I think it might be. Basically, more loot boxes will be dropping. VIP event boost. We are going to be having an anniversary encore, so that's for the anniversary event if you can't make it during that time frame. That'll be June 7th through June 17th, and then you can see, really our whole schedule there. One thing that is missing, because it has not formally been put onto the calendar yet, but based on your feedback, you guys and gals want us to bring back the Spring Festival for an encore. We didn't put it in the schedule because we kind of had it on for a pretty long time here, but apparently there are still some folks who couldn't make it who would like us to do an encore. So we're tentatively planning to do that after the anniversary event, before the summer festival, and kind of stay tuned as to the exact sort of weekend for that. But we are going to be bringing probably the Spring Festival back, assuming we can fit it into the calendar somewhere. So anyway, you can find that full schedule over on the forums. It is stickied on the official discussion forums, and I do try to keep that updated as oft as I can. Speaking of fiddles, someone said it's the new fiddles, lots of minstrel alts, Lariana. I have got news. This guy has the ability to give away fiddles now. I have got some codes that I will be giving away. If I can find some spreadsheet of them. Yeah, here we go. Of the new Bardic fiddles. These are the ones that were available with the bards in the Springfest, that sort of thing. I also do have some Springfest fiddles I can give away too, but I can give them away. So I'm going to be doing one of those giveaways here later on in the show here today. So if you do not yet have a Bardic fiddle and you want one, stay tuned. We'll be doing a Moobot raffle later on in the show. Oh my God, the Spring Festival was here for like 2 years. It's done. It's anniversary time. Yeah, I mean, basically, you're right. It is done. Next week is the anniversary. But we had enough people that were just like, please, can we just, like, one more weekend? So we're going to do that at some point here. Is the anniversary gift for every character that logs in or one per account? I think... Let me double check on that, but I think it's one per character. I read in the patch notes that the 11-year box will be available from soon to 31st of March. Does that mean you have to log in to receive the gift? Yes. It will not be available afterwards? Yes. Lucas on YouTube wants to know what our anniversary sales will be. I can't tell you. That's up to our ecom team to announce. They will have the sales listed when the time comes for that. Sorry, Fel Newell. Someone got banned for a week because of a writing mistake. I forgot to write one letter, which made a sentence I wrote an insult. Some guys that hate me took that to get me banned. That sounds a little... That sounds like pretty harsh treatment for one letter. If that story of events is entirely accurate and one letter is the difference between a completely innocent post devoid of any insulting meaning and an insult, you can submit a ban appeal through help.standingstonegames.com. Facebook. If you purchased Mines of Moria back in the day, when it was still pay-to-play, I came back to it and I don't have access, you should get in touch with account support through help.standingstonegames.com. They should be able to get that solved for you pretty quickly. I'm just checking it out. Bardic isn't out yet. Is that actually true? Well, it is now, because I'll be giving one away later on in the show. Any news on upcoming instances? The last real word we have on some of that actually is the sit-down I did with Sev, a couple weeks ago now. Plus, you have an interview to write up your Druid's Fire, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm going to answer a question in chat. Next has been asking, is there any news on new instances? Well, I have news. Probably not as much as he would like, but there is news.
You're not going to say what the news is. Right?
Well, then it wouldn't be a surprise.
Yes, I understand. See, you want people to read your article. That's kind of the whole point of writing an article, isn't it? Yeah.
But the short answer to the question is, yes, there will be new instances.
Yep. Telerian, I am going to lock down that info on the loot boxes and get that out to the forums here, because I too have a few questions that prevent me from wanting to give a definitive statement as to how it's going to operate and what's in it and all that sort of thing. So let me get back to you on that. Sorry I don't have an answer for that this week. Now would be the time to answer it, but I just want to do a little double checking to make sure I'm accurate before I say anything. All right, let us head inside of the world of Middle-earth. So I hit level 51 last night. I was running with some kiddies. They were getting caught up on the books. So the problem is I'm doing a weekly kind of static group with this kin. But I'm also doing this show on the same character. And so this person is getting ahead of them on the book quest. So I tend to run book quests on Friday and then rerun it with this kinship I'm in on, like, say, Thursday nights. Eventually everyone's going to get up on the same page, and then hopefully they will run the instances that I run on this Friday show, but we just aren't quite there yet, so. All right, let's see. This is you, right, Kyrain?
Yep, Kirain is my Hunter alt to replace Azure Bill because Hunter alts are for the win.
New mail. Uh-oh, upkeep required. Oh, and you gave me stuff. So did some other people.
I sent you, because you dinged 51, so I had a set of 51 gear floating around.
Jeez. Oh my god, now I've got my inventory. My inventory just fills up too quickly. I was running around last night, and I had got so much crap that it was just not even funny. I have, what is it?
Use the purples I sent you.
14 out of a maximum of 50 items or stacks waiting to be accepted. God. So much stuff. I don't even know. I'll just loot it all and then fill up my inventory today and then have the same thing happen. More inventory space, please. Uh-huh. Yeah. I brought up the question about Mines of Moria, but I didn't see what they said. Could the user please repeat? The question on the Mines of Moria was they purchased it back in the day and are not sure if they should have it on their account. So I directed them to account support, who will be able to quick check to see what account grants they should get and then apply any that are missing. Book 8, Chapter 6. Oh, I'm heading to Rivendell. Alright. Where is Rivendell? I need to go. I'm stuck. How do I get out of here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Uh-huh.
Okay, this time I'll give you a
oh, wait, can you just teleport me to Rivendell?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I mean, that was the whole point of doing a hunter, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. Yay! That makes things so much easier. Can we see my crafting panel? All these gifts just ruin you for when you need to be able to make stuff. My crafting panel is empty. I have chosen, probably poorly, but I have chosen to not focus on crafting on this character because I gotta level up. And I just don't have time to deal with all that crafting stuff. So, I am dealing with crafting stuff instead. Oh, I need to go to Aragorn. He is...
Well, then you're going the wrong way. Come back over here.
Correct. Yep. I have been in Rivendell enough to know where I am going at this point, I think. Hopefully.
That is a lie.
What? I've been to Rivendell a lot.
But you don't know where things are. Come on, Jerry.
Okay, you're right. I do actually need to... You're right, though. It's a big failing on my part to not have enough adequate stuff on crafting. But so on this character early on, I ran into some kind of weird crafting bug where I had, like, accepted something and then it just wasn't working. I couldn't pick up the stuff even though I was the right profession and whatever. So that got fixed, and then I just decided, I don't really have time for this. So... Like I said, I just kind of let crafting go by the wayside, and I apologize, but hey. 33 will. That seems like something I might want. Oh, my sound is off. No wonder no one's hearing anything. There we go. Let me equip that ring.
Mind my words, traveler.
Might you lend me an ear?
Okay, so talk to Barthraven. No, that's a different one. Sorry. Oh. Am I just done with, Oh, Gandalf and Rivendell. Okay. Oh, man, where is Gandalf?
Over in Elrond's house.
Okay.
Follow me, if you please.
Any plans for continuation of events after Mount Doom? Yes. So, Hejaz Arkenstone, I am well aware of the desire by cooks and scholars to be able to craft essences. I had a long conversation with some folks a couple days ago about that. So I know that I have said on behalf of the team that one of the reasons they are not able to do that is because they can craft other desirable items. And at the time that that decision was made, that was believed. That was their reasoning anyway. There is certainly an understanding that people would like to be able to craft those essences without having to level up their complementary, what's the proper phrase? School, profession? Whatever that one is? Profession. So, I mean, it's not like you can't craft essences. You just got to level up the complementary profession there. But, that said, we understand that people are like, but I don't want to do that. And, you know, so we'll see what happens there.
Why do you disturb me? Why do you disturb me? Why do you disturb me?
Alright, Goladir. So I'm actually there? Yeah. Sweet. I actually have Forthnir on my,
I could just port you there without you having to suffer a cooldown.
Oh, well. Too late now. 'Tis being inducted. It is. What am I talking to? Goladir. Okay, Goladir, I believe, is over this way.
Around the pond.
What do you need?
Okay. So, will High Elf avatars get any more additions, polishes like the normal elves and men got in Update 22? I would never say never on that, although we did do a bunch of High Elf, or not a bunch, but some High Elf work in Update 22 here. I think it was 22, unless it was one of the 21 points. And so I think we're generally okay with the state of High Elf at the moment. We do want to work on getting the Hobbit out next, so we'll be doing that work next. Talk to Sarah Oakart. Oh God, where is she now?
Oh, you jumped ahead of me.
Book 9, Chapter 1? How did I do that?
I don't know how you managed that, but I'll catch up to you.
Yeah, I'm on Volume 1, Book 9, because I talked to
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Yeah, and I forgot to click on him. Don't
Okay.
take this hunter port. Otherwise, you'll go back to Rivendell with me.
Okay. Alright, let me check the chat. Free moors to all players, Zhao Silva says. I believe Sev talked about that fairly recently, maybe in the chat with you here, Druid's Fire, that...
Yep, we actually did talk about the reasons why that's not likely going to happen.
Yeah.
Word exploit came up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you just think about the process of creating free accounts, you might kind of figure out why it would be problematic, shall we say.
Indeed.
Of what help may I be to you?
Oh, I don't even know what all I should be wearing. What am I doing? Who am I again? What am I doing? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't need this minor essence of physical mastery, do I? I don't really care about physical mastery.
No, you shouldn't care about that as a minstrel, and honestly, I'm not sure. I'm sure you have the metrics for it, but not too many players that I'm aware of use essences at lower levels. There's not too much essence gear that you can get at lower levels.
Yeah. What about an infused garnet?
That is necessary for a couple of quests in Moria,
Okay.
which you might get to next year.
Why do I have my cosmetic helm equipped? I thought that was on a cosmetic slot only. Alright, let me fix that.
You can equip cosmetics on your regular equipment slots.
Yeah, but I
would
thought
say
I
not recommend
didn't.
you do so.
Alright. Guess I should probably equip this rugged rock climbers thingy too.
Yes, all the rug. Well, I sent you both a robe.
Oh, this is the
and
stuff you
a
sent
shirt.
me. Okay, okay.
Yeah, the rock climber stuff is my stuff.
Okay.
Speaking of leveling, crafting alts.
Sometimes it's difficult to know what I should be selling and what I don't.
If you sell the rock climbers gear, I'm gonna cry.
All right. Got some inventory space here. Now you're coming back to speak to what's his name, right?
I already did. I'm waiting on
Oh,
you.
you're waiting on me. Okay, cool. I'm done.
Alrighty. We need to go find Sarah Oakheart, which you don't remember who Sarah Oakheart is, you sweet summer child.
I remember. I've definitely heard the name Sarah Oakheart said with.
A lot of swearing involved.
Yes. Is there going to be an option to have a button that equips best equipment from inventory? That is a really cool idea. I think that that would be a challenge only to the extent of that would be us making a determination of what you feel the best gear is, and that may not always be the case, right? Because the more character diversity there is, the harder it is to decide, okay, this is the one gear that everybody should be wearing. But as an option, that's not a bad idea. I'd like to say, hey, we would recommend you wear this. What do you think? And being able to just go, yep. I kind of like that idea. I bet that'd be a lot of work, but it's not a lot of work to say. And so I think it's a great idea.
Well, our community always has a lot of great ideas. It's just having time, resources to commit to putting them into practice is always the question.
We are not anywhere near bull roar testing of update 23. That's going to be later this year. So, you know, it's a little early for that. We also need a bridge here. I've been doing this kind of trip around the lake an awful lot lately.
Well, we're about to do the trip around this valley, so yep, here we go.
Yeah, I've been doing this a lot too. Because twice now I've had to do chapter... I don't know, whatever it is. Book 8, chapter 2? The one where you have to go into the 3 kind of doors and kill the people. I've done that like 3 times now.
Yep, I've done it too.
Yeah. It is unlikely we will have cross-server instance joining. I apologize, but the tech that runs the game just does not permit that kind of thing. It would be a massive, massive project to allow for cross-server grouping. It just isn't likely to happen. Sorry.
I guess we took a wrong turn.
It's kind of useless, but I really enjoyed this headbutt action. My dwarf. I like that I'm just like headbutting things because it's funny.
I missed a turn. This is why I do not like Nangor.
A goblin tunnel under the lake. I like that idea. Yeah, tunnel. My dwarf approves. Oh, that's true. If there was a bridge, it really wouldn't be much of a hidden camp now, would it? That's true.
I have to go up on the top row and go around the hard way.
Can we get training dummies as housing items? I've heard that come up internally a couple of times, so no commitment or anything, but potentially.
I don't remember that mob there.
I'm not sure what you mean, Scandalf. He's saying, or that person is saying, is there a reason most of the UI elements on loading screens and character screens are not in HD? For loading screens, it has to do... That's something we're actually working to do. You know, Lotra was debuted at a time where HD monitors were largely non-existent, as were 16:9 monitors. So some of the underlying core tech of the game, dates back to 2005-ish, 2006, and so one of those is the loading screen tech. We want to change it to 1920 by 1080 as the default, because that's clearly what most people are playing on nowadays. But when we tried to do that, it ended up doing some kind of weird squishy thing, where it wouldn't show the whole screen, but it would only show like kind of the upper right 2/3 of it, if you can kind of picture that. And so we have to sick an engineer on not on actually rendering a 1920 by 1080 image, because it tries to render it in a stretched 800 by 600. So that's kind of an underlying issue that we've actually been working on in recent weeks as they have time. So I do think eventually we're going to see 1920 by 1080, say, splash screens and that sort of thing. So I think that's probably what you're talking about. And yes, we're aware that it's just some of the underlying tech, And then it's like, well, should they be working on that, or should they be working on perhaps more pressing in-game things? And it just kind of gets shuttled to the back burner fairly regularly. But it is something that we want to do. I don't know, Hejasa, what the plan is for training dummies on live worlds. I think that that's something that discussions need to still happen, and we need to make a decision on that. I think there are some good reasons to maybe have it as like a kinship housing item or something like that. So we'll see what we end up doing with that. But no promises, though. Ribbon Weir, wondering if we've seen the post about itemization regarding featured instances and instances. Well, there's usually quite a few posts about itemization regarding featured instances. I'm not sure. I would say the odds are very good that I've read it, because I read everything, and so do most of the devs. So probably, but I can't off the top of my head think about which specific thread you're talking about. Wah. Ouch.
I hate Nangirth. Oh, it killed my horse.
Is there any plan to bring back the training? Okay, that's the one that's already been done. Are the start of class balances coming in update 23 before, after? Is there an order to which classes will be addressed? I can answer that. We will start to see the first rollout of the most recent bunch of class balance work, and it's tentatively set for update 22.2 pending verification by QA and making sure that it is what we want it to be. So the tentative plan is to have that start to roll out in update 22.2. So, to answer your question, before update 23. And we'll probably continue to put that out periodically in a mix of point updates and big number updates for the foreseeable future. This isn't one and done. This isn't one class and done. This is a mix of a little bit of everybody, or a little bit of several things done over a long period of time.
Much to discuss. I need your help one more time, young one.
Oh, this one's solo.
Come with me.
Indeed.
Alright, you should leave the group. I can still talk to you, though, through the magic
Come with me.
of the internet.
A mysterious
What?
note from the strange Sarah Oakhart bade the heroes who saved her to meet her.
Thank you for helping me this one last time. Is that actually true? I do not think I could make it on my own, being the frail old woman I am. You have done much for me, more perhaps than you will ever know. I cannot begin to thank you for your services. Come, let us see what can be found here. I think everything's going to be all right. Did she just honestly say that?
I have no comment. I have a question for you, Jerry.
Yes.
When are High Elf captains going to get their Elven Heralds?
I don't know.
I knew the answer to the question too. I thought I'd throw that out there. Because somebody did ask me after.
They're
our
going to get
interview last week.
them now. Are they in the game yet? Oh, guess not.
Nope. There's a hope token if you need to.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. I actually have one here. Actually, I have 9 of them. Maybe I should use them, huh? There we go. Are there plans to fix the clipping issues on certain cloaks with high elves? The elven style with the long hood down the back clips up near the shoulders with high elves. It's a shame. Yeah, I think the answer to that is yes. I don't know what the time frame for that is, but I do know the art department is aware of that. This doesn't look good.
Yeah, you're gonna fight them all, just so you know.
I am gonna fight them all? Holy jeepers.
Slash troll.
Oh, okay.
And suddenly now you listen to me, Jerry? What is wrong with you?
See, if it was DDO, you probably would. Yeah. Are there any plans to remove all male elves from the game? They are quite annoying. Yes, yes. Very soon we will remove all male elves from the game. This is a pledge that I promise you is absolutely happening. I am not making this up. I'm trying to figure out, like, I need to reorganize my hotbars here. I forgot which. I've got one of these abilities that is like a massive morale over time. I'm trying to remember where that is.
I sent you screenshots of
Yeah.
my hotbars just to get you an idea.
Remove dwarves as well? Okay, except for mine. I will be the only dwarf in Middle-earth.
If you remove doubloons, I will hurt somebody. There will be no cannoli for Standing Stone Games next year. JVC, that's why there's a VOD.
So I know Palantir in recent weeks has been doing, really the last 2.5 weeks has been getting kind of a first draft of some of the upcoming classwork here. Am I supposed to just retreat?
Yes. You have no choice.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't very nice.
Neither is she. What do you expect?
Death by hangnail. I like it.
You die of old age following her around.
Greetings.
This is foul news indeed. To think that Sarah Oakhart was all along an agent of Angmar, if she is indeed the same Amarthiel of which only legends speak, then evil are the days to come. I must consider what you have learned.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I do not know who these servants from the south are, but rumor has reached me that the Knights of Mordorith may be in the south. Perhaps it is they whom she spoke of. Speak to Matthys Stouthand, Friedrich the Elder, and Dervun, the Watch Commander of Esteldine. Tell them I sent you, and do as they ask. Report back to me when we're done, okay?
Good thing you've got a hunt report.
Indeed. Has the team ever considered a level-down scaling type system where level 115 players could scale down to do older content? Has it been considered? I mean, sure, you know, game designers love talking about that kind of thing. Is it something that we are likely to dedicate our resources to short term? No.
Stay a moment.
Okay.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I definitely don't need a level 27 quest. Okay. Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. People are saying I should not have been looking at my skills, but paying attention to the lore. You're right. I get distracted easily. No, I will be doing the fiddle giveaway, let's say in about 10 minutes. I'll do it during the last 5 minutes of the show here. Would we be interested in putting out official high-quality versions of the in-house soundtracks? That is actually something I will be starting to work on today, is getting the Update 22 soundtrack out on our YouTube page. I need to basically, you know, get like the Update 22 kind of main marketing image as a thing, and then put the music under it and upload it to YouTube and all that sort of thing. Get sign off from a couple folks before I do so, but I'm going to start doing that processing work today. So hopefully we'll start to see some of that music come out next week. Is it possible to do some of the old ones? Potentially. It's all a matter of whether I can find them and whether they are marked adequately. Sometimes the sound files are like, Update 21 soundtrack A, you know, and that's great. And sometimes it's like, tavern music. And it's like, okay. Which one? But assuming I can find some of that old stuff, I would like to get it out. Particularly, though, there are some licensing issues. Like, it has... For our in-house music, it's easier to do than stuff that was contracted out to other folks. Just because they do have some sort of licensing rights to it and all that sort of thing. So I would have to be careful what old stuff I did. But I do want to do some of that work. We'll also say, because I know it comes up regularly on the stream here, that we are working to update Lotro.com to get rid of some of that particularly out-of-date content. This week I actually staged a new Exploring Middle-earth page. Unfortunately, we ran into a CSS snag where it's not working very well in the back end. I've uploaded the new pages. They should be visible now, except they're not. And so we actually, one of our web folks is actually on vacation this week. So once she gets back into the office on Monday, I'm going to be pinging her to see what's going on there and see if we can't get that done. No sooner did he say, "Now you will die," than he dies. I'll put it on Spotify. I don't actually know how I could... That might be difficult. Generally, my understanding is they go through licensing arms, like BMI ASCAP and all that. I'm not sure how that works with being able to upload that sort of thing. But I can get it on a YouTube page. And that's why I want to do it. And that way people can, you know, pretty easily access it that way.
Alright, I'm going to bounce this debris.
Okay.
So we can go to the Stable Master and take the Swift Travel Coom.
You should use some of those Mithril coins to get yourself Journeyman riding. You're right, I should.
Yes!
Yes.
Journeyman riding account-wide is a bomb diggity.
Yeah, I will mention, you know, in-game, most of our audio is as an OGG Vorbis file, which is an open-source kind of compressed version. I have access to the raw WAV files, and so that's what I'm going to be using. I don't know how YouTube transcodes the audio, though. So it may not be pure high quality, but it will at least be coming from a high-quality source. Where am I going?
I thought there was Swift Travel from this... we can just ride there. It's not that far.
Combe, Gondaman, or Esteline? Is that right?
Follow me. Yeah, we're gonna go to Coom because it is closer. Gondaman has no Swift Travel unless you Mithril coin there, and you can't on this quest.
Okay. I mean, I could always
Unless you
use a stable
Master
thing.
Map.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Up to you.
I will look at the Gondor soundtrack stuff. I'm not sure... do you by any chance know if the Gondor music was in-house or was that...
Yes. The only music that I'm aware of that the game did not have in-house... Hey, there's Lagantia. I remember seeing him on stream once. Was the stuff that Chance and Stephen De Gregorio had done for Moria, Rohan, and of course Vanilla. But everything else up till Mordor was all in-house.
Cool. So long as Warner Brothers or whatever doesn't have a music rights to it, it should be okay.
Yeah. I'm fairly confident that Darth Celtics had done the Belfalos housing that is so freaking peaceful.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
I mean, just stylistically, it matches a lot of the music in Dale, so it's a reasonable estimation.
Yeah, a lot of this is actually because Darth Celtics would like to have that music available that we're able to do this. You know, he's just like, yeah, can we do that? That sounds great, please. And so I was like, heck yeah. And so I'm going to be working to get that out there. And we're using YouTube for convenience reasons. I do want to give a shout out to
Darth Celtics for giving us more fiddles.
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty nice.
I don't remember where the quest giver is or the quest person.
I have the ring. Oh, it must be underneath. Yep, there we go.
Will you give me a
Oh
moment
no,
of your
that's the
time
comb
again?
stable helper. Guess I don't need a level 5 quest at this point.
That probably means you have the horse questing. That should
Yeah.
be fun. One of these days we should do a thing where we're just riding around as level 75 horses.
I think I just purchased it straight away because, you know.
You can't purchase that anymore.
Oh yeah? Well, how did I get it then?
How old is your account? I don't have a quest ring in here.
Oh, you're right. My account is 2010, so. Yeah, I don't see a quest ring in here either. Okay.
I'm gonna go look in the training hall.
Blind Monka, you don't go to Combe as a dwarf and elf for this one. It says speak with allies in Combe or Gondaman. Oh, so maybe we need to go to Gondaman. Okay.
Okay, we gotta go to Thorns Hall. I hate Gondaman. I would say just port to Gondaman on the Stable Master map.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Where's my Stable Master map?
Text should be more specific.
Go to my Stable Master map.
Go to your guild map and click on Stable Master map.
Okay, yes, good point. It is 12:52. Let me use MooBot to open the raffle. Type raffle to enter. In 8 minutes, I will draw a name randomly using MooBot here for that fiddle code, and I will get it to you as a whisper in Slack here. Or not Slack, but in chat here. So I appreciate you maybe frustrated, Hey Answer, but I do answer a lot more than just roleplay questions. I think even in this stream I've done quite a bit of that, so. Alright. Does that apply to YouTube as well? No, sorry, I only have the drawing software in Twitch. I would love to have YouTube and be able to incorporate some of that stuff, but they just, YouTube streaming just does not currently have it. Sorry. Same with Facebook. That's not who I need to talk to, though. Who am I talking to? Let's see.
Where did you go? You went to Thorns Hall?
Yeah.
You need to come to Gondaman.
Oh. Yeah, right. Oh, yes. Gondaman.
I would suggest that Hey Answer is probably not trying hard enough to find something to do in the game.
No. I don't want to be rude to anyone like that. I appreciate that Hey Answer is feeling that I'm not answering crunchy enough questions. I do try to do a mix of that. I can only answer what I can answer. It may be that you've asked something that I'm not able to answer, and I do apologize about that.
It does help if the questions are requested respectfully. But come to Gondaman, where we will see Matthew again. But you should come to Gondaman where Matthew is.
Yeah, okay. I'm working on it.
This is why I don't like Gondaman. There's no swift travel here from anywhere. Unless you take the Stable Master map.
Okay. Where's that on the Stable Master map? Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay. Please pay more attention to endgame players and new content for them. You are losing too many players. I mean, we do... All of our recent updates are endgame updates, and that is something that we will be continuing to do. I appreciate what you are saying. We will be continuing to work on a lot of endgame stuff. A lot of that work, I believe, is going to be this class balance work, and as we see that get done... And I'm still not seeing anything about... Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. I'm just not looking right. So yes, we will be continuing to do that. One of the big priorities we are doing at the moment is to make sure that we get this class work worked on. I won't say done, because realistically classwork is never done. But we will be hoping to make progress, significant progress this year on that class balance work, and that's going to help inform a whole bunch of other work that has yet to be done as well. So hopefully that'll kind of help answer some of those concerns that you have. True, I mean, you're talking about raids and instances. Yes, we've been doing some raids and instances. We saw that in Mordor. We will be seeing more of that kind of thing in the future. A lot of the balancing concerns that were raised, say, in the raid and the instances also relates to some of that class work. You know, certain classes found themselves more desirable in specific forms of content due to various class balance related issues. So you're right that it's not a direct correlation, but it all tends to add up into something that plus there's also available hours, right? And we've got to get this, if we want to get this class balance work done, then we have to do that work. And that work is going to have to be done in place of some other things that those people could be doing. So, now generally you're right, content and systems are a little bit different. But we've already said we're doing raids and instances and further content. We have been doing a bunch of that, and we will continue to throughout the year here. Can I tell us if the loot tables will be changed in old raids? No. Probably not. Realistically. Sorry. Never say never on that stuff, but it's definitely not in our short-term plan here.
Why'd you kill that guy? He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. He might have done something. I saw he was looking at me funny.
Everybody looks at you funny, Jerry.
Nice. To get into the raffle, type !raffle, and I will be drawing the raffle winner in about 2 minutes here.
Drawing a portrait. Stick figure.
It's true, Al J. Bookworm, that the ability of players who run content heavily will always generally outstrip the pace at which content can be created. That's true not just in LOTRO, but in, frankly, any video game. You know, Destiny, people say that about. You know, WoW, people say that about. And WoW has, you know, clearly a much larger team, right? It's just the reality of video game development that the most voracious consumers of your content you'll never be able to keep pace with that. So
What do you want?
all right, and I think that's going to wrap up the show here. Let me do the raffle on that before I get done, and before I do that, let me see if there's any further questions that I can get to. Shirley asking basically, besides endgame content, what will we be changing at lower levels? Stay tuned on that. We have nothing to announce at this time, but that is something that has been on our minds lately. So we'll kind of have to see what we can do there. All right, I am going to close the raffle. Give you about another 10 seconds.
It's the final countdown.
You're right. So can I just say, I actually like Europe. I know that they're not popular, but I think Wings of Tomorrow is one of the greatest hair metal kind of hard rock albums of the 1980s. Besides, on the cover, it's got an armored hawk flying through space. How awesome is that?
It is pretty awesome.
Yep. All right, congratulations, Muck Shifter. I have got you a card for a fiddle, and I'll be doing more of this actually in the coming weeks. I will also say that we have got plans for the 25th, and that's coming up here pretty soon as well. Not next week, but the week after. Please use the whisper window for whispers. What's the whisper window?
Twitch whispers.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. /W doesn't work anymore?
You can click on somebody's name and click whisper. That's the way I always do it, just to make sure I don't mess it up in chat.
Yeah, but I can't see the name. Oh, there we go. There's the name. Whispers are disabled in pop-out chat. Okay, so let me re-enable pop in chat and then get this done. Okay. Give me just a minute.
It's okay. It's not like Corey is ever actually quote-unquote on time.
Okay. Did that work? It's in the dashboard now. Hopefully you got it.
Yeah, Twitch whispers are... I'm not happy with them.
Yeah. Let me try sending it just from the main board. I didn't get any message if you got that whisper, so...
Yeah, Twitch whispers are... I'm not happy with them.
Yeah. Yep. Let me try sending it just from the main... Hey, I hear myself. Alright, so that is going to wrap up Court of the Rings here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll be back next Friday with more questing and more stuff. We are planning to do a 12-hour live stream on April 25th, which is the formal day of our 11th anniversary. Because it's 11, 11s, we're going to go 11 to 11 on the 11th anniversary. And that'll be right here on Twitch, probably YouTube and Facebook as well. We'll be going throughout the day. We'll have some dev chats. We're going to have some sit-downs. We're going to have some fun in-game. I happen to know that there's a concert on Laurelin that they invited us to check out, so we'll be hanging out and chat and seeing that concert on Laurelin. That's around 2:30 Eastern. And a whole bunch more is actually being planned right now. So thank you very much for watching. We do have Corey Olson up next, and then followed by You Hear Druid's Fire, and we do have a full schedule throughout the weekend as well, which you can find on our Twitch page. Please give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. It really helps us out, and it helps the streamers out. These are all volunteer streamers, outside of myself, who love the game Lotro and dedicate their time to you. So if you would be willing to support them, we really do appreciate that. All right, I will see you next week. Have fun, everyone.